It's time to pack my bags and spend a couple of days with the nomads of Iran. In the previous video, I told you about the 7,000-year-old Museum of Lifestyle in Iran, a museum that is still alive, where people live like they did back then. I also mentioned how excited I was to go there. If you haven't seen the previous video, watch it after this to get a full grasp on the history of nomad people. But here is how my trip went. I said I was waiting for Babak to let me know when I could start this journey that I was so excited for. And when he finally told me that the nomads had arrived and I could come, I took a roughly 4-hour trip through this breathtaking mountainous landscape. نگرانم سنم آسیز جانم نکنی نگرانم سنم آسیز جانم نکنی. The beauty kept me from getting tired of driving, and I arrived here in Bazoft to rest a bit before heading toward the Nomads. I met Babak a few years ago after he returned to Iran from 30 years of living in France. He married a relative of his who is part of the Nomadic community, and now they have 3 children. I was actually very excited to meet Babak's kids. They are fluent in French and Persian, and Lori are their mother tongues. On top of that, they also know some English and German.
Tes oreilles, elles sont pas percées. Regarde.
Non, c'est pas ça.
Comment on les met alors?
I honestly just wanted to stay there and play with the kids for hours, but we had to leave soon so we could reach the top of the mountain on time. Since my car wasn't fit for mountain roads, we drove part of the way in Babak's car, parked it, and got ready for a 1-hour hike. Having Bahram, Babak's eldest son, with me on the way made the hike sweeter and less exhausting. He sang for me, chatted, and was full of charm.
روشنی شبامه تمام زندگی یارت یاد مال به بار ایرم سوار مایون یارت یاد مال به بار ایرم سوار مایون.
Even though Babak made the hike look effortless, by the end of it, Bahram and I were both getting tired, and I kept wondering how on earth the nomads carry all their belongings up such a narrow and tough pass a couple of times a year. Eventually, we came out of the oak forest and arrived at the top, a place where I was about to have so many new experiences. Just a side note, this area is the nomad summer pasture. In summer, they come up here to escape the heat, and in winter, they migrate to Hostel for both the lifestyle and the children's schooling. In fact, there used to be a school for the kids right here in these tents. Back to the journey. The space inside their tent, which is their home, was so cozy that I was mesmerized for a few minutes. You see, it's not the clean and neat idea that I have of a home, but everything is in its place, even this mirror and comb that melted my heart when I saw them. Iranian hospitality is alive and well even here. The fire-brewed tea took all of exhaustion of the journey out of my body. Babak and Halima's conversation, mostly in Lori language, was harder for me to follow. And the kids, their nomadic life is now intertwined with the modern digital world. Talking about men, women, and children in nomadic life, responsibilities are divided between men and women. The men are in charge of taking the livestock to pasture and providing feed for them. The women take care of the children, bake bread, milk the goats, make yogurt, cream, and cash, which is dried yogurt, wash the dishes and clothes, and do countless other things. Personally, I don't think this division of labor is fair at all, and I guess it's rooted in the old patriarchal structure of these communities. What do you think about these differences? At sunset, as the sound of the goat's bells filled the air, Halima went to meet her husband, both to help guide the animals and to start milking them.
اینا زایمان کردن که شیر دارن. بچه هاشون کجا؟ اون کوچولو و خدا.
And these poor baby goats have to separate it from their mother at night so they don't drink the milk. The milk needs to be collected in the morning. Nighttime lighting came from a small lamp powered by a solar battery. The light was just enough to make the tent feel warm and intimate. You could see the sparkle in the children's eyes. Playing with the kids in that atmosphere transported me back to my own childhood when I used to make a little tent with my mom's scarves and a few clothes and play pretended that I was the mom of a family. And that delicious dinner. I wish I could share the taste with you all. The joy of falling asleep under the Nomads tent, hearing the barking of the dogs, the bells of the goats, and the wind coming up from the valley. I felt like I was becoming part of something I'd been distant from for so long, a simple yet deeply rooted way of life. But Halima's work wasn't done yet. She had to turn the milk she collected into yogurt. At 5 a.m., I woke up to the sound of goats. Halima's husband was already taking them out to graze. I was still sleepy, but seeing a scorpion casually walking in the tent quickly chased away any remaining sleep from my eyes. While Halima started her day by baking bread. Then it was my turn to try my hand at the work. Honestly, it was hard, but I managed to get through it, more or less.
پارش کردم و
حالا
ایوان بردمش گوشه
قشنگه مقابل با تمرین کنی آره
تموم
خسته نباشی.
The most fascinating part was making butter from the yogurt they had made in the night before. I'd seen this in movies many times, but had never experienced it up close.
ولی الان چند روزگی بریم پیش او کوه.
میرین بالاتر.
ولی بعد 2 ماه مونیم 60 رو که تا و صبح یه پایین.
Even washing the dishes and clothes here is a challenge because water isn't easily accessible. They have to carry it in jugs from a nearby spring. That's when you truly understand what it means when people say water is life. And the big question that came to my mind was, with all this beauty, with all the sense of being a part of nature, if I want to be honest with myself, how many days could I actually survive living this way? Maybe just as urban life is hard and painful for the nomads, this kind of life in a tent for a long time could also be difficult for us city folks. What do you think? Are you the type of person who would fit in this lifestyle? Thanks a lot for watching the video this far. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking the video and subscribing my channel. Also, you can click here to watch the video about the history of nomadism of Iran. Also, you can click here to learn more about the Iranian culture. Thanks again and see you in the next video.